Dear shareholders, good morning and warm welcome to you all to the 38th Annual General Meeting of Titan Company Limited through video conferencing or other audio-visual facility. As a reminder, for the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be in the mute mode and audio and video will be open. They will speak at the AGM as per the pre-registration. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference or other audio-visual means is being made available for members on first come first served basis. All members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The speaker shareholder will thereafter be unmuted by the host to start speaking. The shareholder is requested to click the video on button only once and wait till the video is on. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. While speaking, we would request the speaker to use the earphones so that he is clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other devices, no other background applications are running, and there is proper lighting to have a good video and audio experience. If there is a connectivity problem at the speaker shareholder's end, the next speaker would be requested to join. Once the connectivity improves, the speaker shareholder may be called again to speak. Once the other shareholders who have registered complete their turn. Please note that, as per the requirements, the proceedings of the annual general meeting will be recorded and made available on the website of the company. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited.
Thank you, moderator. Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited. I'm very pleased to welcome you to this annual general meeting of the company being held through video conferencing in compliance with all applicable laws. I would like to inform you that Mr. S. Krishnan, Chairman of the company, will conduct the proceedings of this annual general meeting. Now, I would like to take you through certain points regarding the participation at this AGM. Once the question and answer session starts, the chairman of the meeting will announce the name of the shareholders who have been listed as speaker shareholders from the list of members registered as speaker shareholders one by one. We would request the shareholders to be slow and loud while asking their questions so as to capture them correctly. We would like to request the shareholders to limit their speech to 3 minutes. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issues, he may contact the helpline number mentioned in the notice of the AGM or the e-voting helpline tab appearing on the top of the screen. Thank you, and may I now request the chairman to take proceedings of the meeting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shetty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome all the shareholders to the 38th Annual General Meeting of the company. As the requisite quorum is present, I now call the meeting to order. Mr. Pankaj Kumar Bansal, Director of the company, could not attend the meeting due to preoccupation with his official commitments. I now call on the directors who are on video conference to introduce themselves. First, Mr. N.N. Tata, Nominee Director of Tata Sons.
Good morning, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company, and I'm joining the meeting from my office in Mumbai.
Ms. Jayashree Muralidharan, Nominee Director of TIDCO.
Good morning, shareholders. I am a non-executive, non-independent director of the company, and I am joining the meeting from my office in Chennai.
Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, Nominee Director of Tata Sons.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Bhaskar Bhatt, non-executive, non-independent director, joining this meeting from the corporate office of Titan Company at Bangalore.
Ms. Sindhu Gangadharan, Independent Director.
Good morning, shareholders. This is Sindhu Gangadharan. I am an independent director of the company and I'm joining the meeting from Germany.
Mr. Ashwini Puri, Independent Director.
Mr. Ashwini Puri, may we request you to unmute yourself? Mr. Ashwini Puri, you are being muted from your line. Please go ahead. I'm sorry, Mr. Puri, we are unable to hear you. We'll move to the next person unless we'll check the connectivity for Mr. Puri.
Mr. B. Santanam, Independent Director.
Good morning, shareholders. I hope I'm audible. I'm an independent director and I'm joining this 38th annual general body meeting from my office in Chennai. Thank you.
Mr. Pradyumna Vyas, Independent Director.
Good morning, shareholders. This is Pradyumna Vyas. I'm an independent director of the company and I'm chairing the Corporate Social Responsibility and Ethics Committee in Titan. I'm joining this meeting from my residence in Ahmedabad.
Dr. Mohana Shankar Shivaprakashan, Independent Director.
Good morning, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company. I'm joining this meeting from my residence in Chennai.
Mr. Sandeep Singhal, Independent Director.
Good morning, shareholders. This is Sandeep Singhal. I'm an independent director of the company, and I'm joining the board meeting from my residence in Mumbai.
Mr. C.K. Venkatraman, Managing Director.
Good morning, shareholders. I'm C.K. Venkatraman, Managing Director of Titan Company, speaking to you from the corporate office of Titan in Bangalore. Joining me here in person are Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, Mr. Ashok Sontalia, Chief Financial Officer of the company, and Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Company Secretary and General Counsel.
We'll try to go back and see if Mr. Ashwini Puri has been able to connect.
I'm sorry, sir, but we are have not received the connection for Mr. Puri.
Okay. Then we will go ahead for now. Thank you, my colleagues on the board, for your introduction. We also have the secretarial auditors and the statutory auditors attending this meeting. I thank all the members for joining this meeting. I hope the members are safe and in good health. Due to the current situation arising out of COVID-19 and social distancing norms, we are holding this annual general meeting through video conference. This is in compliance with the directions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities and Exchange Board of India. A live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on NSDL's website. The company has taken requisite steps to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered at this AGM. The annual report for the last financial year was sent to all the shareholders through email in compliance with the direction of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. For your information, since there is no physical attendance of members, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The company has received 6 authorized representations from corporate shareholders appointing representatives under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 47 crore 10 lakh 7,920 ordinary shares representing 53.06% of the paid-up capital. The registers, as required under the Companies Act 2013, are available for inspection. Notice of this meeting was sent to the members by electronic means to those who are entitled to receive the same. With your kind permission, ladies and gentlemen, I take the notice as read. Since there are no observations, qualifications, or comments by the statutory auditors in their report on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company, Pursuant to Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013, the auditor's report is not required to be read. Now, I take this opportunity to read out the chairman's statement. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the 38th annual general meeting of our company, which is being conducted virtually this year as well, in accordance with the circular issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. This day holds special significance as it was on July 26, 1984, 38 years ago, that your company was incorporated, and it is heartening to see the company's towering rise over the last 3.5 decades. As you may have seen in the annual report, despite the challenges created by the two waves of COVID-19 during the financial year and then by the global conflict in February 2022, the company delivered a solid all-round performance in the financial year 2021-22. It is the trusted relationships which your company has with its customers, distributors, franchisees, vendor partners, the community, and the continued efforts towards driving product innovation, retail expansion, strengthening of brands, and of course, the passion and commitment of the Titanians, which played a valuable role in this business resurgence. While the company's multiple capabilities ensured a stupendous financial performance, at its core, the company has always strived to achieve growth with responsibility. Given the scope and magnitude of the COVID-19 crisis, as a responsible corporate, your company significantly stepped up the safety focus across all locations and enhanced its social responsibility efforts. And this year's annual report aims to throw light on this philosophy of the company of growing responsibly. During the year, your company took several initiatives, from soft loans and financial support to franchisees, vendor partners, grants to NGOs, setting up of oxygen plants, providing hospital beds to strengthen health infrastructure, providing free COVID-19 vaccination drives for employees and their families, business partners and local communities. Your company lent support to those relatively weaker and vulnerable to help them overcome the pandemic-induced challenges. At the same time, your company continued to focus on the activities enshrined in its CSR policy, which is strengthening communities through targeted efforts towards the upliftment of the underprivileged girl child, skill development for the underprivileged, and support for Indian arts, crafts, and heritage. Coming to the business performance, your company once again rose to the occasion, overcame the challenges, and delivered exceptional customer delight and sales and financial growth. The company's total revenue grew by 32% to 27,210 crore rupees compared to 20,602 crore rupees in the previous year. The watches and wearables division recorded a revenue of 2,309 crore rupees, a growth of 46%. The revenue from jewelry division grew by 35%, touching 23,268 crore rupees. The revenue from eye care division grew by 38% to 517 crore rupees. The Indian dresswear division and fragrances and fashion accessories division recorded revenue of 154 crore rupees, a growth of 57% over the previous year. While the Indian dresswear division grew by 43%, the fragrances and fashion accessories recorded a growth of 65%. Considering your company's stellar performance in the financial year 2021-22, the board has recommended a dividend of ₹7.50 per equity share, which is the highest ever dividend recommended for your approval. I will now share a few updates from each of our businesses. The jewelry division clocked in a very healthy growth, making further market share gains in an industry that is witnessing continued formalization. The thrust on network expansion continued, and the strategy of penetrating tier 2, 3, and 4 towns in India is serving the division well. All the brands continued to win customers' hearts through exquisite product designs. New collections were introduced throughout the year with a special focus on the wedding season and celebratory occasions such as Diwali, Akshaya Tritiya, Women's Day, Valentine's Day, etc. The breakthrough momentum seen in Zoya and Mia brands also looks promising, and both are expected to scale greater heights in the coming years. Your company continues its expansion strategy into more stores in the UAE and the GCC countries. The company, through its subsidiary, is also looking forward to opening its first Tanishq store in the United States of America. The watches and wearables business witnessed good retail growth on ground and online channels. The division's portfolio premiumization was complemented by enabling a premium shopping experience at the stores. The World of Titan stores are being rechristened as Titan World to facilitate the sale of more premium products. Brand Titan has led the growth trajectory on the back of design differentiated products and compelling marketing campaigns. The highlights were the minimals and mechanicals launches. Brand Fast Track came up with an exciting new brand proposition called You Do You, based on the insight that Gen Z customers want to authentically express themselves in everything they do. Brand Sonata has adopted a winning in many India's strategy of marketing communication for maximum impact. The wearables category also saw significant growth, with the highlight being the launch of 3 major products: Titan Smart, Titan Smart Pro, and Fast Track Reflex Walks, which have seen superlative market response. Like other businesses, the eye care business also rose very strongly with a complete transformation. The division accelerated the growth journey with significant network expansion. Product innovation continued to be the key focus for the division. A major new launch for the year was Titan IX, a first of its kind smart wearable product which has established the eye care division as a pioneer in smart eyewear within a short span of time. This product, designed by the Design Excellence arm of your company, bagged 2 Red Dot Awards in the product design and smart category. Other new creations included ClearSight Z, Gen XT, and Office Pro lenses. The Indian dresswear division took major strides forward in all the areas of its business in the last financial year, despite disruptions due to COVID-19 in the first and fourth quarters. Taneira is emerging as the brand of choice for Indian women for ethnic wear. With the best of India under one roof, the brand brings unique ensembles with traditional, authentic weaves in contemporary forms that celebrate the diverse textiles and craftsmanship from across the country. During the last financial year, the division scaled up its operations with 6 new stores, taking the total footprints to 20 stores. The fragrances and fashion accessories business recovered very well during the last financial year. Brand Skin has led the category by being ranked number 1 across department chains. Skin has also extended its reach with its Feel Your Best campaign. The approach has been to democratize the usage of fragrances in India and make them part of everyday dressing and grooming rituals. In the fashion accessories business, women's bags are a strong focus for the division. The autumn-winter and the spring-summer collections of women's bags launched during the year were well received in the market. The company has been able to combine its existing strength of wide physical presence with its huge advantages of digital. The company's digital maturity and growing focus on adopting multiple technologies have enabled customers to shop in new ways and have helped them in maintaining the momentum. The digital team rolled out multiple technology innovations, enhancements, and continuous improvements, including numerous information security measures and processes to enhance customer data privacy. Your company's committed employees are the driving force behind the company's success. Apart from serving customers, employees innovate and develop products and services in an increasingly competitive world. With a commitment to cultivate a culture of diversity, inclusion, and equity, the company has introduced several policies which create an inclusive and safe place to work for all our employees and stakeholders and are designed to provide a favorable and positive environment at the workplace. Overall, the ability to push many levers for growth in the jewelry segment, the journey of premiumization in the watches and wearables segment, rapid store expansion in the eyewear segment, coupled with the launch of innovative products and correct selling and a slew of digital initiatives were some of the key factors that helped all the businesses exceed their targets and also laid the foundations for a very good financial year 22-23, the results of which you may have seen in the quarterly update provided to the stock exchanges earlier this month. The company showed good results in the first quarter of FY23, with all the divisions delivering a robust performance, and the highlight being the watches business having recorded the highest ever quarterly revenue. Although the continuing geopolitical situation and rising inflation may dampen consumer sentiments, your company is confident that it is well equipped to handle any challenges that may come its way. While it is encouraging to see the incredible growth of your company on several fronts, the last couple of years have also made it evident that organizations must see beyond short-term earnings and engage meaningfully with all stakeholders to drive long-term growth. Your company will continue to achieve growth with responsibility by creating value for all stakeholders, including customers, employees, business partners, vendors, communities, investors, our nation, and our planet. In conclusion, I would like to thank the entire Titan ecosystem comprising our shareholders, customers, employees, business associates, franchisees, vendors, suppliers, bankers, and the media for their continued support, trust, and cooperation. On behalf of the board, I would like to place on record our appreciation for the hard work, dedication, and efforts of the management for their accomplishments during the year. Thank you very much. I now request the Company Secretary to explain the sequence of
the Companies Act 2013. Yeah. Thank you, Chairman. The Companies Act 2013 and SEBI regulations provide for facilitating electronic voting on the resolution as covered in the notice of this AGM. Accordingly, the company has provided its members the facility to cast their vote through electronic e-voting system administered by NSDL. Facility for voting at the meeting is also provided for members present here through video conference and who have not voted yet. Members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of this AGM. Mr. Pradeep Kulkarni, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as scrutinizer to scrutinize the votes cast at the meeting and through remote e-voting. Since the AGM is being held through video conference and the resolution mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have been already put to vote to remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of the resolutions. May I now request the chairman to continue with the proceedings.
I now request those members who have registered to speak to ask their questions one by one.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Participants are requested to unmute their audio and video and to limit their queries up to 3 minutes. The first question is from the line of Arun Bopanna. May we request you to unmute your audio and video and limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
we can. Please go ahead.
Yes, yes, Mr. Bopanna.
Good morning to everybody. Thanks to Dinesh Sariga for the cordial relations maintained over the years. Mr. Krishnan, I'm happy you're chairing the meeting. Generally, Mr. Tata's forte. Mr. Tata, good morning. Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, good morning. And C.K. Venkatraman, good morning. Good morning to everybody. My father was a bureaucrat at IRSC, a retired late father. I was born in Valley, so I have a lot of connections with Tamil Nadu, studied in Science School, Tamil Nadu. Titan is a great joint venture success story of Tamil Nadu government and Tatas. It has administrative powers plus business power. It has proved government and Tatas can coexist and thrive, complements for the same. It's mainly because of Tata's culture, sir, which I admire and belong to them. Compliments for the prestigious India's Best Boards Award bestowed on Titan. Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt saw the scope with a lot of hope. His tipping point for growth did explode. Individuals build institutions, the rest follows them. It's only individuals who matter to form and lead the teams to make the big difference. Titan is a great story with full glory, which he did structure and nurture. My question, sir, what are the revenues from products launched in the last 2 years? Enumerate the contribution of new products. What strategy is the company playing for volumes with pricing and available opportunity? What is the overarching policy of the government to maximize its talent effectiveness? What major HR initiatives are transpired to create leaders at the next level and next gen with a balanced lifestyle? Today, people want a lot of leeways in working style, working from home, etc. What is the expected size of the industry in the coming 5 to 7 years? How companies prepare to address that opportunity? What are the new emergent businesses you are incubating to grow? Lastly, Titan should remain like an umbrella protecting the Cinderella, remaining hungry for the new products. Venkat should continue the Titan's touch with the largest heart as much. In conclusion, I wish all success to lead with perfection and affection for inclusive, sustainable, and profitable growth. Venkat, I miss your smile today. Mr. Tata is smiling. You're not smiling. we smile a lot.
I'm
and
busy noting down, Mr. Bopanna.
No, we walk many a mile smiling, Mr. Venkat and Mr. Tata. It's an old story for us. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure, Mr. Krishnan. Reminds my father as a bureaucrat from Tamil Nadu at Gindi College. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Tata and Venkat and Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt.
Thank you, Mr. Bopanna.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Hari Rao Ramchandra Chaturvedi. May we request you to please unmute your audio and video and please restrict your queries to 3 minutes.
Good morning. My name is Hari Rao. My registration number is IN 3001831277595. At the outset, I must compliment the company for bringing out a benchmark report with all disclosures, functioning and of subcommittees, and of course, detailed financials. Great publication. I must also compliment the company for the awards it has received, including prestigious Best Board Award. Hearty congratulations to everyone on the board, particularly to my Managing Director. The AGM, particularly the AGM notice 61, page 61, 62 of the page 76, 87. Actually, 38 years ago, as chairman mentioned, we started our Titan with a capital investment of about 32 crores. And today it has grown to, from last year, 21,830 crores to 29,333 crores in 2021-22. The net profit has also grown from 974 crores to 2,198 crores. Remarkable achievement, considering that a part of the year was also the COVID pandemic. The vision of the small band of entrepreneurs led by Exexis Desai 38 years ago, over the years substantially augmented, and I wish to place on record my sincere appreciation, gratitude to all who were and are responsible for the outstanding success of the company all through the years. Bhaskar, Venkat, and whole team of them, hearty congratulations. The AGM notice the board has proposed a resolution recommending 7.5 rupees per share. I think this is one of the maximum ever thought of, and hearty congratulations on that. I hope that meeting will approve this issue and issue the same thing. The company has shown overall growth. Every section has shown a tremendous growth, and congratulations. A major portion of the improvement in the performance in the year has come from big growth in jewelry business. The revenue was 23,268 crore, a 35% growth. The watch business also shown a very big growth. The watch business which we started in our company has a potential for further growth through improved product design, product featuring, workmanship, and particularly the offerings. I have seen in my association with the watch industry from 1961, the watch technology has undergone 5 revolutionary changes, and I now foresee a new one around the corner, based on technology innovation the world has seen in the last 10 years. The world is currently hit by an unending European war affecting global safety as well as economy. These are both threats as well as opportunities. The country is refocusing massive expansion in defense items and ammunition. Its thrust for indigenous production is not merely to meet the enhanced domestic or political needs, but is currently focused on engage in large export as well. So our TEAL India, which has brought in an income of 378 crore in the last year, can enhance its operations substantially through dynamic approach in this direction. Not only the aerospace industry, but the entire defense sector is heading for massive growth and can provide opening for the future growth of the company. However, we need a bigger R&D thrust in this area. On page 89 of the report, the company reports an R&D expenditure of 20.72 crore, a mere 0.07% of the turnover. Despite our business model is deeply skewed towards retailing, the R&D will be crucial for the growth in future years, especially in the light of massive technology growth in the world after IoT, Industry 4.0, Quality 4.0, virtual cloud and big data management, and so on and so forth. New products, new customer value, and hence new approach will be needed for the company to focus on renewed vision needed in the future years for expansion, because we already now grown to a big platform. Now the future expansion, expectations and expansion will be very much larger. The export for the company continue to be a mere 262 crore compared to importers for 671 crore. This trend is continuing for so many years, and we can't afford to add countries' worth to balance of payment. Unnecessary import, particularly from China, must be substituted by putting into practice Atmanirbhar, so forcefully advocated by our Prime Minister. On the whole, the company is progressing well and shown great resilience in spite of adverse operating environment. I'm sure the company will reformulate its vision strategies for future and coming years. I thank Chairman, MD, and opportunity given to express myself, and my sincere thanks to Venkat, Mr. Tata, and the Chairman, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of K. Sadanand Shastri. We would request you to please unmute your audio and video and limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Audible to you?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
sir, you are.
Hello. Are you seeing me?
Yes, we are seeing you.
Okay. Shall I start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello. Okay, sir.
Go ahead,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Shastri.
I am Sadanand. Yeah, I am Sadananda Shastri from Bangalore. Number is 11702201. Coming to the report, page number 7. As reported, 32% growth in revenue is a good performance. I compliment the company and its management. Page number 10, 14, 16. You have given a division-wise total revenue and up to the EBIT, but nowhere given PAT, that is the profit for the period. Why? Page number 19, dresswear division. Is the company manufacturing the fabrics and sarees or trading it? The growth and results of this division not given as other divisions appear. What is the reason? Page number 80, subsidiaries. Out of 11 subsidiaries, item number 4, Carrot Lane, is the only one unit which is profit making. Rest all are under loss. What is your strategy to bring these two to the track of positive figure? Page number 105, international business. Dubai store. Dubai, which is the costliest place, might have sucked the large capital to decorate and open store. Is company getting considerable business and earnings to balance the expenditure? It is better to disclose the sales turnover and the returns for the particular unit. Page number 162, standalone balance sheet. There is a decrease in the property and plant by 14 crores, but you have increased 16 crores more towards the depreciation. What is the reason and how it worked out? All of a sudden there is a drastic reduction in the investment by 2,738 crores. Why and what is the reason for withdrawal? That is, there is a sudden increase in trade receivables and loan receivables by 205 crores and 346 crores respectively. Does it not hamper the working capital? Why it is allowed to increase? There would be a threat for impairment also. You have shown 5,161 crores as gold loan. Whether this is out of bank loan or gold brought on credit. Total borrowings also increased by 1,300 crores. Finance cost has to be minimized. Page number 163. Company's operating profit. Revenue is increased 7,200 crores. Operating profit increased by 2,960 crores. Net profit increased 1,224 crores, which are not proportionate increase. Profit for the year is covered with full of exceptional items which are not permanent in nature. How you justify the increase of 1,224 is the real profit. Page number 294, advertising and selling and distribution expenses increased to almost double compared to the last year. Whether these expenses are supporting the increase of your revenue. Thank you very much, sir. See you in Hosur next year.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shastri.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Celestine Mascarenas. May we request you to please unmute your audio and video and please limit your questions up to 3 minutes.
Yeah, just. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can.
Am
hear
I
you.
audible?
Yes,
Am
you are
I
audible.
audible?
Yes, yes, please.
And visible also, no? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Respected Chairman, Mr. S. Krishnan, Vice Chairman, Mr. Noel N. Tata, and MD CK Venkataraman, other members on the board members, my fellow shareholders attending this virtual meet. I am speaking from Mumbai, Mrs. C.E. Mascarenas. First, I would thank the company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, and his team for sending me an e-annual report and also registering me as a speaker at my request. Thank you so much. And also helping me in dematting my shares. That's also a big thanks to all of you all, you know. Now I come to the annual report full of pictures, beautiful pictures. It is really great for the ladies to see those pictures, you know, because jewelry, watches, and whatnot. It's a treat. This balance sheet is supposed to be a treat to the lady folks, women folks. Thank you so much, and adhering to at the same time adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Good working, good dividend, sir. I say here only one thing. I say we should break our own record. But my plea is you break every time our own records. And this is how the company is growing. Last year, if it is 20%, this year it should be 25 or 23, sustainable growth. And so that we can only see how much we have fared better than the earlier year. Next is I congratulate for all the awards and the accolades as given in the annual report. Plus, I appreciate very much the CSR work done and also the ESG initiatives taken. Now, about the ESG, I would like to know whether we have gone for rating or we might have already gone. If it is gone, then what is our rating score and who is the rating agency? Now, my queries, sir, very few. We are in jewelry, watches, eyewear, fragrance and fashion and accessories, saris and belts, new edition saris. Among these, which will give us good margin in the future, not now. I now more or less I know in the future, and which will be the very popular, you know, because the tastes are all changing, the demography is changing. So, according to the board, what is your say on it? Next one, we have many brands like Zoya, Tanishka, Fast Track. I would like to, so many are there. I would like to know whether you have done brand valuation for any of the brands or many of the brands. And what is the valuation of this? So next question is any capex for the next 3 years for organic and inorganic growth through acquisition? Lastly, how much of the total sales is on digital platform? Because youth is all going on digital, and we oldies, we go visit the shops because we are not comfortable on the digital. With this, I support all the resolutions. I thank you all very much, especially dematted. So many years I was struggling. Now it is demat, but I was not purposely dematting the shares because once we demat, it is a temptation to sell. And because I was holding 30-40 years, I have got real valuations, but now we don't know in the present last 5 years what is going to happen. And especially I am hearing demat scams. Some people have even sent me that. I am now very worried. We are doing so much of demat. What will be our future? We don't know. Of course, we have crossed 70. So God is with us. So anyway, thank you very much. Wish you all a very good health. And may our company go more and more prosperous, beating every year our own record. With this, thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you, Ms.
Mr.
Mascarenhas.
Mr. Mascarenhas will say, he will also express.
Hello, I'm the next speaker in the queue. I will proceed. Respected Chairman Sir, very distinguished members of the board and my fellow shareholders. Good morning to you all. My name is Aloysius Mascarenhas. At the outset, I thank the management, company secretary and registrar for sending me the balance sheet which I received on time. It is full of pictures, very informative, self-explanatory, transparent, and above all adhering to all the parameters required for a good corporate governance. Our results are excellent as shown by facts and figures with a very first ever highest dividend. Very welcome. I applaud you all. Our product range is very good. Here I would like to ask which are the new products which you are going to introduce in this year and the coming year. And many stores have been there. Are they franchisee or how many are ownership? I'm glad to hear that we have made an entry in US with a very good store. Congratulations. Here I would like to ask, since we are exporting, what is our dollar rupee effect? Because dollar is appreciating day after day and depreciated rupee. So what, because when we export and we are paid in dollar terms, we stand to gain. So what is the revenue so far as the foreign exchange is concerned? Sir, what is our future plan? And many questions have been asked by my predecessor and especially my wife. I don't like to repeat. So I end my. I also thank you for dematting my very good many shares which was lying untouched. So I thank for that and I appreciate the services that you give. And with this, I thank you personally, Mr. Tata and his team for being on board. So I thank you very much. Once again, very much. I thank you very much for giving me a patient hearing. Thank you. God bless you.
Mr. Noel Tata, you are the lucky charm, huh? Yeah, wherever you are, I find it is going up and up. So be in all the boards, especially Air India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ms. Lekha Satisha. May we request you to please unmute yourself and restrict your queries up to 3 minutes.
हेलो, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल ऑफिसर. मैं बॉम्बे से बात कर रही हूँ. सर मुझे 2 क्वेश्चन पूछने हैं. Has there been any impact of COVID second wave on the company operations? What is the roadmap for the next 2 years? I support all the resolution. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bimal Kumar Agarwal. May we request you to unmute yourself and please limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
Mr. Agarwal,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Hello? Yeah, can you
Yes,
hear me?
Mr. Agarwal. We can hear you,
Yes,
Mr. Agarwal.
yeah,
Please
good.
go ahead.
Good morning to everyone. First of all, I'll thank the company secretary and his team. Now I'll come to the question. The company has reported strong revenue and profit numbers during FY22. I request you to explain the impact of high gold prices on sales of jewelry segment. How would the falling rupee impact the company's business? And as company secretary has promised me that I have to do 540 shares in different folios for dematting. He has requested me to send all the details and he'll help me to demat it. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vinod Agarwal. May we request you to unmute yourself and proceed with your question.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes, yes, please.
Mr. Vinod Agarwal, please unmute yourself and proceed with your
Yeah,
question.
yeah, 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 yeah. Chairman S. Krishnanji, MD, CK Venkataraman, CFO Ashok Sonthalia ji, CS Dinesh Shetty ji, Director Noel Tata and Bhaskar Bhatt ji. Sir, good morning to everyone and regards to everyone, sir. I support all the 8 resolutions for today's AGM, and I would also like to compliment Sagarika and from Dinesh Shetty's team for helping me join this AGM. She called me up in just before the start of the AGM to join. It's a good sign that the secretaries are getting in touch for the shareholders to get in touch with the shareholders to get in touch. So I am pleased with the performance of the company. Last year we had revenues of 27,426 crores against 20,783 crores, a growth of 32%, and PAT which was more than 150% extra over last year's 2,180 crore against 877 crores. EPS 24.56 against 9 point, and even a dividend that you have increased to 7.5%, 7 rupee 50 paise against 4 rupees. It is a good thing, sir. I appreciate all those things. And the first speaker and even the other speakers were mentioning of new lines of business to enter. Now we have got 23,000 crores of revenue from the jewelry business, and from the other eyewear businesses about 500 crores, and 2,000 crores from the other watch and wearables is 2,300 crores. These are just 10% of the other businesses, 12% of the other businesses come from the other businesses. Last year also, as in the first speaker Arun Bopana was seeking for establishing new lines of businesses to enter. I had suggested in the last AGM also, sir, I was there, to enter porcelain statues or something like those, which are high margin businesses. Ladro is there. There's nothing like Ladro in India. Why don't you enter and compete with them and start that line of businesses? Even there are a lot of religious minded people. You must have seen that against your campaign some time back, where gold and silver murtis are kept in all people's houses, in the puja rooms. Why don't you enter this small gold or silver murtis of goddess and goddesses, so that it's a big market for that. We are missing out that, since we are having a lot of gold and businesses which are an associate business. We can easily enter this gold and silver murti line of businesses in our domain. It will give us great revenue, I'm sure. And sir, my query is on the hike of in the gold import duty to 10%. How does that affect the company? On the inventory part, we will gain, I am sure, but otherwise it leads to illicit imports of gold into the country, and the unscrupulous people will have a greater margin on the business than the organized player like us, or even countries which are offering duty free this thing. They become tourist destinations for people to go out of India, buy a little bit of personal jewelry and come back to India. That definitely is against our interest of the country also, and for our company also. We should take up with the government of India to rationalize this duty to the pre 10% level that this thing. This is not a rational duty to increase 10. Gold is a currency anywhere in the world. It is not gold per se. It is a currency kind. So it has the intrinsic value all over the world same. So I will suggest you to take this. I'm signing off. I wish the company all the best. That's why I keep on suggesting to you, even last year, for the Ladro kind of business and for the silver and gold Murti kind of businesses which are good for the company. Signing off, from Mumbai.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mrs. H.S. Patel. We would request you to please unmute yourself and limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Patel.
Hello.
You are.
Yeah, my wife has asked me to convey her congratulations and best wishes to all for the excellent result.
I'm sorry, Mr. Patel, but we cannot hear you. As there is no response from Mr. Patel, we will check the connection. In the meanwhile, we'll move to the next question, which is from the line of Arjun Jain. We would request you to please unmute your audio and video and limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Respected Chairman, Mr. S.K. Srikrishnan, Managing Directors, Mr. C.K. Venkatraman, Mr. Noel Tata, Vice Chairman, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, the Director of the company, fellow board members and all the shareholders. A great and warm good morning to all of you. My name is Arjun Jain from Nagpur and my BOID is 02198071. As a shareholder, I would like to congratulate the management for running the company effectively. And it's a great company. We love the company because of the culture, the values, the ethos it brings around, and it creates an aura and it creates a brand so that a shareholder can Titan brand. We hope to celebrate the 50th AGM in 2013 in a grand style. There are 3 questions which are imperative for the company, and I think which needs to be elucidated by the board members, because in the AGM, in the report, I found certain tidbits of it, so that and I want to elucidate from that. Now, my first question is that there is a Titan smartwatch which comes around in the price range of 7,500 to 7,000 to in a price band of 7,000 to 9,000 price band, whereas we find that same features are in the price band of rupees 4,000 to 2,000 rupees. There is a plethora of competition, and many of the companies have stepped into this business. So how can we compete in this segment? Because this is a novice sector which has a great potentiality in future, and to be an analog clock in the digital world. So I would request the board members to clarify on this aspect, because this digital segment requires continuous evaluation, evolution, research, and all other things. So what are we planning to do ahead, so that we can become a market leader in that aspect also, in that segment also, just like an analog market, by either by decreasing our prices or by increasing the features? What are the think tanks thinking on that aspect? Now, the second question, second segment is that last year I had suggested an app, Tanishq app, which is running smoothly. Now, my only query is that how are we going? It is running fine so far that is concerned. I request you to ameliorate it further and with more colors, more products, because while visiting the shop, we found that certain products in the app were there and in the stores were not there, and in the store were there and in the app it was not there. So I request you to ameliorate it further. Now, the third question is that relating to that aspect only, that in this 2022 there was a wedding season. Now, much of my friends, rather visiting to the Titan shop, they visited the local stores and all the local jewelry shops, because their only concern was that there are making charges in the Titan. There is a making charges which are huge, and that is why they did not prefer to use the Titan shop, the Tanishq shop. Now, my request is that either in the wedding season or in certain period of an year, can we slash the making charges, because 20% is there. My concern is that if we could introduce a flat making charges, that would help compete more in this segment, and it would help the other purchaser also to lure the Tanishq Tanishq stores. And one more thing, I think one of them has uh, raised this question about the idols, the um, worship, the god and goddesses idols. I think that can also be included in the Tanishq stores, because this is also a good segment where through an order basis we can through an order basis we can increase our market products. So I think these are the relevant questions which we included in the AGM, and things to be pondered upon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jain.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yashpal Chopra. I would request you to please limit your queries up to 3 minutes and unmute your audio and video.
Hello, hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Chopra, you are.
Mr. Yashpal Chopra, please unmute yourself from your handset, from the screen, and please go ahead. Mr. Yashpal Chopra, you are muted from your side. Please unmute yourself. I would request you to please click on the audio on option. As there is no response, we'll move to the next question, which is from the line of Sanjay Banik. May we request you to unmute your audio and video, and please limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Banik. Go ahead.
I am Sanjay Banik from Kolkata, shareholder of the company. So it feels exciting and privileged to speak at the AGM in front of renowned management team of Titan. Sir, I want to convey my suggestions, raise some points, and ask some queries in every segment of Titan. Sir, first is jewelry segment. We all know that among the four corners of India, South India is the highest market share, and Eastern India having the lowest market share in the jewelry segment. So in this point, there are more penetrations will happen in the future. And in Kolkata is an important market for all the jewelers like Senco Gold, PC Chandra Jewelers, Anjali Jewelers, all are the dominant players in Kolkata and eastern regions. So they are also popular names. Sir, my point is, my mother, my wife, my friends, they prefer to go the Senco Gold, PC Chandra Jewelers, Anjali Jewelers, as they find as they find the light gold jewelries are better than Tanishq. Every time they ask, they prefer designs in 22 carat segments, as they found in this segment on those stores than Tanishq. So I personally visited Tanishq store in two store in my locality to buy a simple nose pin, that is a gold nose pin, but I didn't find that. I find that that Tanishq offered me to diamond studded pin. So this is an area that needs an attention. Next is a regional players like I named before. They are heavily spending and on advertisement, like Senco Gold brand ambassador is Saurabh Ganguly. Sir, in order to strengthen the brand image in Eastern region, you should also engage some Bengali celebrities like Shreya Ghoshal singer and etc. So another point is, sir, on the Amazon and Flipkart, on the first page of the app, some everyone when open the app, they can find that what is current offer is going on. If you can emboss some carrot lane on the first page of the app like Amazon and Flipkart, it will be better in a brand image for you. Next is sir, sir in investor meet uh, by Venkat Raman sir, he said that the New Jersey store is to be opened in July 2022. Sir, is it operational now? This is my next question. And second segment is watch segment. Sir, in trade applications, sometimes are offer running on the Titan watches. Sir, but when I go to buy Titan watches from the trade application, I find hardly any designs. So it is it feels disappointing when I don't find any designs to buy on the credit application. So it will be detrimental to the brand image. Kindly look into this matter. In such sleek watches designs, it used to be in the sleek watches, the designs need to be more into improvement, and in the smartwatch segment, on the 1000 to 3000 smartwatch, 1000 to 3000 price range, heavy disruptions are happening nowadays. What is your strategy to build the brand in this price segment, as the Titan has hardly any design at this price range? This is 1000 to 3000 range. Next is sir, sari segment. The more publicity in media requires to create the brand image of Taneria, as very few knows the Taneria brand. Next is sir, celebrity engagement. More advertisement, more particularly in social media, requires to penetrate the brand of Taneria as well as Titan Eye both. Sir, you should draft a
Sorry
proper
to
plan.
interrupt you, Mr. Banik. May I request you to please limit your queries up to 3 minutes, sir?
Okay, I am just finishing. So thank you, sir. That was the queries. And sir, I admire Bhaskar Bhatt sir, and Venkat Ragavan sir is very energetic. I saw him in YouTube, and I generally watch his videos on the YouTube. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving pleasure, sir, giving my opportunity to speak at the AGM. I hope that in the leadership of Venkat Raman sir, the company will break its own record in years to come. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Banik.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yashpal Chopra. May we request you to please limit your queries up to 3 minutes and please unmute your audio and video.
I'm Yashpal Chopra calling from Delhi. Actually, I'm a big fan of Tata Management. So your company also being the Tata's company and following the strategies of integrity, honesty, and transparency and investor friendliness. So I'm very, very much proud of the team. And I honor our chairman and vice chairman from my heart. I just congratulate them for the grand performance the company has given for a period of the 9 months of the year. Because the 3 months were badly affected by COVID, and the people were hesitant to make purchases for other than the necessities. So in spite of all that, the company has given a grand performance. So that is a matter of achievement. The company has just got some awards also, so they are well deserving, and so far that I congratulate them. The further I would like to come R&D department over there, because they are having what you call as feeling the pulse of the consumers, and every year they are just coming up with a new product which is most popular among the. So that is adding to our revenues and all that. So as regards the revenues, that you are exporting some products and all that, I would just I have got a small query that what is the foreign exchange what you call ratio in our revenues? So that I wanted to find out, sir. Sir, being the investor friendly company, you have declared a of 7.5. So that is a matter of pride for us, sir. Sir, I have some personal problem that being an ex-employee of the Indian Oil Corporation, the company was just giving us a award as the Titan watches were being given to us seminar. but the what given to me, there was a good step and all that. So what you call hook, one hook of that has been broken. I am not finding any source to get it reconnected. So I wanted to find out if we have got any service center in Delhi, and please send me some intimation like that. And if for doing that job, because I think they say that because inbuilt with that plate and all that. So I will definitely surrender that if that can be repaired. And rather, I would also request the management if they can allow me any discount on the service. That will be a favor to me. So, but rest, I am very much that management, because Mr. Naval Tata must have known seen me speaking in the Tata Steel and the Indian Hotel and other, because I am a shareholder having at least a dozen Tata companies with me. So, sir, I am very much proud of this because your governance is excellent. Your balance sheet is fantastic. This is containing not only the tables and graphs, it is containing the photographs of the beauties which are the brand ambassador of our products. So that is very nice to us. So, and now my single request, the company send me the balance sheet. So that is quite impressive, exhaustive information. So I'm thankful to our company secretary for getting for favoring me with all that. And before I close, I would like to thank our chorus department people for helping me in getting connected with you. And finally, I will pray God to bestow positivity on you all, from the top to the last man, from the first man, our chairman, to the last operator in the organization, because that positivity means that the strength of the they are the strength of me, and strength of the company is the strength of my investment. And I'm happy to know that our company made the highest market price share at around 2,800 rupees. So that shows the strength of intrinsic strength, because share price at the stock exchange, that is virtually the barometer of the strength of the company. So management, please keep it up and best of luck to you. Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Chopra. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Manoj Kumar Gupta. May we request you to please unmute yourself and limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Good morning, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I have joined this meeting from Calcutta, my residence. And good morning to Mr. Tata. That we are a great admirer of Tatas, and when we see Tatas in the board, we feel proud that we are the shareholder of Tatas. And thanks to the MD, Mr. Venkatraman, that due to his hard efforts, company is getting good return and going fast progress. And thanks to the company secretary, especially Sagrika, who has called us twice to help us to join this meeting through VC. Thanks for your dividend. Sir, is there any plan for demerger of any business from Titan? Is there any plan to demerge any business like jewelry or other business to make a separate company and list that company and offer proportionate share to the existing shareholder? And sir, how you face the competition for international brand? Young people do not want to buy the Titan. They want to buy the Kishok, Casio and other. How you face this competition? And there is a tough competition from online purchase. There is a discount up to 20%, 25% on every purchase of watch. How you face? And last year I have also requested to Mr. Tata that kindly increase the rate of discount to the investors up to 20%, that investors can attract to buy the watches of Titan 20%, and make that coupon up to valid up to 1 year, not for 6 months or 3 months. Make that and send physical coupons so that they can, if any investor want to give that to their relative to buy the watch, because your watches are, your bandhan is very popular, bandhan, and your watches are very popular. I have more than 17 watches, and I am a great admirer of Tata's and I am shareholder from 1989. from Mr. Mudalia time. And I also congratulate you for the great success of this joint venture, TIDCO and Tata's. This shows a great success. Otherwise, as an investor, I find several joint venture broke within 2 years or 3 years. But you have run this joint venture 3 decades, more than 3 decades, and I believe that this joint venture will still run up to 10 decades. TIDCO and Tata's. And sir, I have two issues. Sir, how you face the inflation? Inflation has gone up. Every raw material price has gone up 20% to 30%. And sir, smartwatch, we have launched a smartwatch of 7,500. But in the India, American company Timex is offering a smartwatch, the same feature with 2,499 with a discount of 40%. So how you face this? Boat is giving, boat Indian brand, boat is giving 2,000. So think about. And sir, I have two issues. The maybe you don't mind, but I, being an investor, I face a lot of problem to get back money from for my children's in the GHS scheme of Tanisk. Last year, Sagrika has tried to help me, but I am not. In after 6 years, I have got in my several efforts. I have got my money back in June 2022. Last year, Sagrika assured me that you will get back money within 1 month. But after that, I have not got. Then I have approached your showroom, Kamek Street, Calcutta, Tanisk, 6 times, and I have surrendered my all papers. I have given my all papers with my family, and the floor manager says you go and within a week you will get. But this time, thanks to God, I have got one good gentleman, a store manager, and he assured me that you give these papers, and I assure you that you will get your money back within a week, and I've got that money. But such type of harassment should not be there to any investor in your scheme, because it's not fair under the TIDCO and Tata's brand. And I've lost everything in interest and everything. If I invest that money in the SIP and others, that will be double in 6 years. And sir, last but least, I have sent my request at the on 20th July 2022 at 9 o'clock, sharp 9 o'clock, and I have got a chance at 15th number. Can you check with your system or with your pupils how I got the chance 15th number? I have a proof. You can see that at 9 o'clock, sharp 9 o'clock, I had sent. Mr. Krishnan, I will send you. I have got your mail, and I will send you this mail to you to make an inquiry to make sure that either I hold 200 shares or 1 share. Such discrimination should not be there. I am a great admirer of Tata's, and I am a great admirer of Ratan Tata, and I always say that why country has one Ratan Tata, country should have more than 100 Ratan Tata to lead the country in the world. But this is not fair under TIDCO and Tata's, that an investor has sent at 9 o'clock sharp and is getting chance as 15th number. So I believe that being an administrator and you run the government in Tamil Nadu, you will make an inquiry and send me a proper response in this regard. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gupta.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Hiranand Kotwani connecting us from audio. We would request you to please unmute themselves and proceed. Limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Hello, are you audible?
Yes, please.
Hello. Namaste to all. Are you audible, gentlemen? Because the video is not, my link is not proper. Okay, it's all right. Good thing to hear you. It's 38. Yeah, 38 year of operation at 29,000 crore of turnover. Name like Tata, it should be more than that. Satisfaction is not from the revenue. But certainly so many questions has been asked, but I have certain reservation on the subsidiary and joint venture. There are so many subsidiaries, joint venture, step down subsidiary. Please explain the step down subsidiary of Hong Kong and other step down subsidiary, our investment in total, joint venture and subsidiaries. And what is the yield? When I read this company like Titan, that outflow of foreign exchange is more than the inflow, I feel sorry. Because a company like Tata is not brought back the debenture to fight this American dollars. What other company will do? Certainly our global footprint should be there. Our new products are coming. I certainly hope. New beginning. Because I am associated with this company from day one. I married in 93, it was selling this Titan share at 100 rupees, a face value of 10. But that was not the forum to be discussed. But certainly the how growth and the subsidiary, step down subsidiary, future subsidiary, your new products are well to be taken. But a long way to go for the profitability and the growth. But I here see the growth with the prosperity should be there. The page number 84, the director remuneration has been given, chairman and other thing, and there is a not available, if some percentage wise figure has been given. So I request Mr. Company Secretary kindly provide me information as a rule 5.2 of chapter 13 of the Companies Act, Remuneration and Managerial Rules 2014. With all the remuneration paid to the members, I am obtaining this. Please give me this statement of section 136 of the Act. 5.2 and 5.3 rules of section 197 of 2. Because there's no information of the remuneration. Company like this should provide that remuneration and certainly no reservation. But certain appreciation of the mind that remuneration increase in a percentage of 154, 136, 150. If revenue is increased 18%, some 50% the revenue should, the managerial perk and payment should increase that way. We are not against any remuneration, but certainly there should be linked with the prosperity and profitability. So nothing more to add because I am not only audible, but one request is this Tata Titan company registered office should be in Mumbai. You keep office building and particularly the corporate office other and a plant at Tamil Nadu and Bangalore or Calcutta, even even USA and everywhere in the world. But certainly head office should be in Mumbai. Convey my good wishes to all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next speaker is Dharam Jamadar. I would request you to please unmute yourself and limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Good morning and greetings of today to Chairman, Vice Chairman and all the dignitaries who are present in the corporate office. My name is Mr. Dharam Jamadar and I am from Surat, Gujarat. It is a feeling of pride to see how my company has grown from having a loss of couple of lakhs in 1986-87 to having a tremendous profit of 2180 crore in 2021-22. So it is a perfect case study for a youngster like me to see how a company can grow to a behemoth position if worked and if guided in a proper way. I would like to congratulate all the stakeholders of Titan on performing fabulously in such a challenging time. My questions are, first, what is the outlook of yours regarding this year's festive season? Second, which sector amongst all where our company is operating, which sector is having the most tailwinds and which sector is having the most headwinds in this particular financial year? Third, in each category where we are operating, how has been the transition from the unorganized to organized market going on? Fourth, in terms of investment that we are going to make in this particular financial year, which sector shall be getting the highest weightage? Fifth and last, how many new stores are we planning to open this year? Thank you, sir, for providing me this opportunity to speak on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jamadar.
Thank you. The next question is from Gautam Nandi. May we request you to unmute yourself and restrict your queries up to 3 minutes. Gautam Nandi, may we request you to please unmute? Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, please. We can hear you, Mr. Nandi.
Good morning and namaskar. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, and my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Gautam Nandi of Kolkata, the city of joy, very old equity shareholder of Titan Company Limited. Sir, firstly, I like to give thanks to your secretarial department for sending me annual report and other necessary relevant papers through email well in advance. So specially thanks to our secretary and the whole team of secretarial department for rendering good services to our minority shareholders. Sir, you are organizing your annual general meeting through video conference for the third time, and I find it is a grand success. So thanks again, sir. Sir, my earlier speakers already expressed their views and covered most of the points regarding accounts and performance of the company. Therefore, I don't like to repeat it as per your guideline. Sir, a few years back, we had faced GST and demonetization, and now COVID-19. Each and every company is suffering very much. But I am very glad to see that despite a tough pandemic and most challenging year, your performance is excellent. You are also giving good dividend to our minority shareholders. Your CSR activities is also remarkable. Sir, your annual report is very informative and also very attractive. Sir, one thing, please issue hard copy of annual report at least to the speaker shareholders. Sir, what is your roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years? Sir, please let me know the booster dose has been given to your each employee or not. If not, please arrange for the same because employees are the pillars of a company. Sir, are you going to launch any new product in this year? Sir, one thing, please issue 30% discount coupons for minors instead of 10%. It will be helpful for us, sir. Sir, one request, please distribute dry food packets in the next Diwali festival, at least to the speaker shareholders. Sir, this is nothing but a token of love or token of appreciation, whatever you say. For the speaker shareholders staying outside, please send the same through courier service, sir. Sir, we are very proud to be a shareholder of your company. And I am very hopeful towards the prospect of our company. I have full trust with our strong management, sir, like you. And so I wholeheartedly support your all resolutions, which I have already casted through my e-voting, obviously in your favor. Sir, I am very happy with your company. Nothing to say more today. Time is very busy. Looking for a positive outlook towards our company with higher profit margin, handsome dividend, 1:1 bonus and return. Sir, may God bless you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Signing off, Gautam Nandi, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nandi.
Thank you. Our speaker shareholder Palani Appan AL and A. Minakshi had registered, however has not connected. Hence, we will move on to our next question, which is from the line of H.S. Patel. We would request you to unmute and please limit your queries up to 3 minutes.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are, Mr. Patel.
Hello.
We can
Yeah,
hear you.
good morning to everyone. Yeah, good morning to everyone, each and every director, shareholders, everyone. My wife has asked me to convey her congratulations and best wishes to all for the excellent result of the 30th AGM and also for first quarter of 23 result. She is not well and her condition is unfavorable. I convey our special thanks to Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Company Secretary, Madam Sariga and whole secretarial team and Mr. Sonthalia, CFO for providing us a very useful and functional annual report. I am also thankful to Chorus team. Thank you and good luck to all. I support all your resolutions, especially resolution number 4. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last question for today. I would now hand over the proceedings to Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the speakers. I would now request the Managing Director, Mr. C.K. Venkatraman, to answer all the questions raised by the speakers.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you all shareholders for a wonderfully engaging input. Before I start answering, I would just like to dwell a minute on one of the most fundamental philosophies of Titan Company, derived from the origins of the Tata Group itself, which is about the multiple stakeholder focus. You're all aware of what the Tata Group is, what the Tata Group means, how it is intrinsically entwined with the nation, and how it puts all the stakeholders' needs as much as the shareholders' needs. And our annual report of this year, about which many of you have given a lot of appreciation, thank you very much for that, is all about growth with responsibility. And I would like to show you a very short film which showcases Titan Company's focus on the planet. This is a lake adjoining the corporate office campus of Titan Company in Electronic City, Bangalore, which we started rejuvenating about 4 years back. And with a lot of effort from our side and with a lot of divine assistance as well, the lake is now brimming with very, very precious water and has attracted a lot of fauna, birds from all around, from different parts of the country and perhaps the world, and is steadily strengthening, deepening the groundwater levels in the vicinity. So I'd like to show you this. But okay, so it's already been shown to you, I'm told. So I will take it as seen and go towards the questions, inputs given by all of you. At a very high level, what are the prospects for Titan Company? Now, if you were to look at the 5 trillion goal that the country has, and if you look at the very likely income class distribution that will happen in the next many years, it is very much favoring Titan Company. Segments which are income class segments, which are called the affluent and the elite, which together contribute to about 20% of the total households of the country in the next few years, doubling in their share from a current around 12% to nearly 25% of the total households of this country. And perhaps not so coincidentally, the fortunes of Titan Company are clearly aligned towards, substantially towards these two income segments. So you can imagine that two income segments which are contributing to about 12% of the total number of households as we speak, that share is going to double in the next many years, and thereby pulling the fortunes of Titan Company along with that doubling. So that's one very, very powerful force which will lift the fortunes of the Titan Company as well. The second, in almost every category that we are present in, from jewelry to wearables to eye care to ethnic Indian wear, the market share of Titan Company, barring the analog watch business, the market share of Titan Company is very low, providing ample upside for market share gain. Along with this is the collapsing to some extent of the informal sectors in many of these categories because of supply chain constraints of the last 2-3 years, as well as the banking restrictions that have come onto the medium and small players. Adding to this is a greater affinity of everyone towards trusted brands and towards the Tata brand in addition, because of the exemplary work done during the pandemic. So multiple factors are going to aid the acceleration of market share gain of the Titan Company brands in each one of these categories, barring the fashion analog business. But in the fashion analog business, there is substantial work that the division has done in the last 5 to 7 years, all of which is actually giving us tremendous results in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, when we were starting to feel a little anxious about the the likely sale of expensive fashion analog watches when people were working from home, when there appeared to be no real reason for anybody to buy a new watch, the Titan brand, surprised everyone by clocking in a very good growth in even these challenging times, confirming that the opportunity for a fashion analog watch as an accessory, which you match with your clothes, which you match for an occasion, which you match even with your mood, that opportunity is there for the next 10, 20, 30 years, and it will purely depend on the industry leaders like Titan Company to continue to invest in, to push that interest in every customer segment, which we have done in an exemplary fashion in the last 2 years as well. So if you therefore look at the medium-term opportunity for Titan Company, it's fantastic, everything working in our favor, and you can rest assured that we will continue to beat every estimate that we share. Now, on the wearables business, we were a late starter in this category. It's only in the last 3 years that we've actually got our act right. The first very important thing that we did was acquire a technology startup called Hug Innovations in January of 2020. And in the last 6 to 8 months, on the back of substantial work done between our existing teams and the teams of Hug Innovation, we've launched a slew of products in the Titan as well as the Fast Track brand. And notwithstanding some of the comments you made about the price feature combination of these offerings, the actual performance, the actual sell-throughs have been exceptional in the tens of thousands, and we are well on our way to make our mark as a prominent player in the wearables business. And we are also in the process of actually bringing in leadership at key levels in the organization, integrating all the functions under one single chief operating officer in August of 2022, the results of which you will see in H2 of CY22 and the whole of CY23. Internationally, we have bloomed a little late, but we have bloomed exceptionally well. The first Tanishq store after a decade was set up in Dubai in October of 2020. It hit the ground running, and we are on a scorching pace of growth in the United Arab Emirates, in the Gulf Cooperation Council, and soon in the North American continent as well. We have declared an ambitious 2,500 crore target for FY25 for our international jewelry business, and I'm sure we will actually end up beating it by a big margin. So like some of you have in a way bemoaned the fact that Titan Company's foreign exchange earnings are not significant, this will get corrected in the next few years. So those are at a very macro level of the consumer, the income segments, the opportunities in every sector, and the growth prospects for the company. Now coming to specific queries by the members, and I will not cover every single question that has been raised. It would keep us for the next couple of hours perhaps, and I'm requesting my colleagues in the CFO's office as well as in the company secretary's office to reach back to some of the members on very specific queries. But some of the very high level points, suggestions as well as queries I would like to deal with now. On the talent development, very, very important subject. We have a very deep and wide talent development program in the company, starting at the junior manager cadre called the Young Leaders Program. Then we have the Emerging Leaders Program. Then we have the Senior Management Development Program and so on. There is a whole department in the people function of the company focusing just on the talent development, including management trainees from MBA colleges as well as graduate engineer trainees from very reputed engineering schools. So we have a substantial talent development program, and obviously now we are starting to recognize the risks in new age functions like digital wearables, analytics and so on, and multiple policies and programs are being rolled out to make Titan a very attractive company to work for and stay in. As far as the hybrid working part is concerned, we have a beautiful campus here in Bangalore where everyone actually love to come to work, in physically. In fact, it is one of those rare, naturally ventilated campuses. There is no air conditioning in this whole 7-acre campus. It's a LEED Platinum certified campus. So a lot of our employees are actually working from office. We are also a manufacturing retailing company where the bulk of our employees have to actually work from office to work at all. New businesses are going to be, are being ratcheted up at a very high rates of growth. We have declared ambitious targets for Tanera 1,000 crores, for bags 1,000 crores, for fragrances 500 crores, for international 2,500 crores, for wearables 3,000 crores, and so on and so forth, to take the share of these businesses to a more visible share in the future. However, you must appreciate that because of the intrinsic love for jewelry that Indians have in India, Indians have outside India, the jewelry business of Titan Company will continue to at a scorching pace of growth. So the share will remain, in a way substantially loaded towards jewelry as well. Mr. Harirao, and that was Mr. Bopanna, thank you for your poetry as well. And I hope when I started, my smile was more evident than when I was taking down the notes, at a certain pace that I had to do that. Thank you for your poetry, Mr. Bopanna. And Mr. Harirao, thank you so much. And thank you and every one of the founding fathers and mothers of Titan Company for laying down the fabulous foundations on which we are still, depending on to take the company to create a future. Your point on the R&D very much noted, and we will certainly re-examine that as we look to the future. Digitalization and IoT, of course, we have invested substantially in all this in the last many years. The teal opportunity is very much on our plate to examine. Exports being low, I spoke of it. Mr. Shastri, there were many technical questions that you asked on the financial performance, and I'm requesting Ashok's and Dinesh's team to reach back to you on this. And we're very, very conscious about the high cost of the international markets, but the jewelry scale being what it is, we are pretty confident that we will be delivering very good levels of profitability and return on capital. Ms. Mascarenhas, the annual report being a treat to the ladies, thank you very much. Yes, we are depending so much on the ladies of this nation for our prosperity, and of course we need to pay back every time we can. And thank you for appreciating that we are breaking our own records every time. We have not applied yet for any ESG rating. It's very much on our plate. A holistic ESG approach is something that our sustainability department and I personally are very much into, and will come back in the next annual report on what all we are doing on this. Which categories will give us revenues in future? I spoke of the substantial multiple X targets that we are doing for every new business. Brand valuation, no, the last time we did it was way back in 2003 or 4. After that, we have not really directly done a valuation. Acquisitions are there in some plan or the other, but we will reveal it as and when anything concrete is to be revealed. The total sale through digital, which is an omni-channel, is in the ballpark of 12%. Mr. Mascarenhas, thank you very much for adding to your wife's inputs on this, and as well as the appreciation on the annual report itself. We are currently focusing on the new businesses that we have seeded over the last 5 years to a decade. For example, the fine fragrances business is yet to contribute meaningfully in terms of sales and share to the company, even though it is contributing in a fabulous way to the customer satisfaction of the Titan Company's customers. Tanera is, really stepping up on the growth trajectory. So in the next couple of years, we are not thinking of any other new category. We're going to be increasing our focus on the bags as well. Franchisee owned business, it'll be a good mix which maximizes customer satisfaction, retains our control on operations, and keeps our balance sheet light. USD exports, and somebody spoke, Mr. Mascarenhas, you spoke of the rising, the devaluing rupee, but we are a hedged company, and therefore our interest is more to protect the risks on both gold rate and forex rather than make money from it. Mrs. Shah, there was no COVID-2 impact which came in April, May of 2021 did have an impact, but we caught up thereafter to make up for the losses of that Q1. Mr. Agarwal, impact of gold rate on demand. It does happen as soon as the gold rate, especially when it surges sharply, but because of the store of value aspect in India and the exchange policies of the industry in general, people, once they get used to the gold rate, and when there is no upward down spikes, the demand sort of falls back into place, at least in rupee terms. Mr. Agarwal, again, thanks for the appreciation. The new lines of business I have spoken about, and the share of the new lines will increase, but because of the jewelry industry being upwards of maybe now 400,000 crores and our scorching pace of growth for the jewelry business of Titan Company, the share of new businesses may not top 10%. Those inputs, multiple people give on the Yadro example, the opportunities for various forms of murtis. In fact, we have done a fabulous work in 2021-22, what we call an F&B business in Tanishq, which is the faith and belief business. And actually it's become a hugely growing business. And the most recent thing I remember is we did the Puri Jagannath murtis, and it really sold out like hotcakes in Odisha. And the F&B business looks at these kind of things in a big way, and I'm sure the division will take this murti input. The import duty, yes, but the government, I'm sure was aware of what they were doing when they did increase the import duty because of the overall CAD situation. And yes, it does increase the leverage and therefore the potential illicit imports, but this is something that we have to live with. And the industry did meet both the Commerce Ministry and the Finance Ministry. We keep meeting them all the time, but this decision was notwithstanding our representations. It would have like I said, an immediate impact on the supply, on the demand side, but as things settle, I'm sure we will deal with it. Mr. Jain, thank you very much for the kind words. Titan Smart, a couple of others also spoke about the apparent price value challenge on the Titan and the Fast Track brands, but our brands are also strong, and as we get our act together. And one of the most important difference that I would like to bring here vis-a-vis other companies, particularly in the less than 20,000 rupees price band in the smart wearable category. The Titan company is a very, very consumer oriented company. Everything that we do is consumer up, consumer benefit up, consumer solution up, and we take enormous efforts in understanding real features, real benefits, and build any product that we build on the basis of that fine understanding, and therefore we get it right very, very well. And so do not have any anxieties on that front. Like I said, we are a late bloomer in this, and therefore some of the strategies may appear to be not that well thought through compared to the others, but in H2 of CY22 and the whole of CY23, we will be totally in the running as a prominent brand in the smart wearable category. Tanishq making charges too high, wedding season time we should do something. We have something called a wedding bundling offer which we keep doing. and I'm sure we do it in various parts of the country. Mr. Banik, Mr. Chopra, thank you very much. I'll come back. Mr. Banik, West Bengal is a large market. In the jewelry business as well as in the watch business, we have a overarching strategy or approach called winning in many Indias. And Shonar Bongla, if I'm pronouncing it right, is our approach of the winning in many Indias for West Bengal. And multiple things, including the manner in which our stores are designed, the way in which our staff even dress on days like Poila Boishak, to the kind of products like, Shaka Pola being a small example, and the entire wedding trousseau catering to the Bengali household that we designed, putting all the 17 or 18 items in the wedding trousseau, to the right kind of brand ambassadors that we align, to the kind of pricing strategies we approach, in all the marketing campaigns that we do. So winning in many Indias in the Shonar Bongla way is the way that we are targeting to get customers of those competitors that you mentioned. And we've already actually succeeded substantially in Tamil Nadu, where we began this about 3 years back, and in Bengal, which we began about 2 years back. So rest assured that we will get it right there as well. And we take your inputs on the Amazon, Flipkart home pages. The New Jersey store, it's our first store in the US. A lot of prep work which took longer than we thought, including permissions from the city councils and all that. The store is going to open for business in September finally. 1,000 to 3,000 rupee price band is not going to be a focus for Titan Company in wearables. We will start only beyond that, around 3,000 rupees. And many of you may also have noticed a substantial change that is happening. The bands, which are no longer selling, everybody wants a watch, which is a watch face wearable, and watch face wearables are not available at that lower price, or if they're available, the quality is quite average. The Taneira brand investment, very much. It's a huge category. Our estimate is that it's a 50,000 crore market, the Indian sari market, and we have a very differentiated customer value proposition. We have huge ambitions for the Taneira brand. In some sense, from a market size point of view, the sari market is second only to the jewelry market in the Titan Company's portfolio, and we want to make the Taneira's impact in the sari market as much as Tanishq's impact in the jewelry market. Mr. Chopra, kind words, thank you very much. We will get your watch picked up, the Indian Oil Corporation watch that you had many years back, and we will have it fixed for you. Mr. Gupta, no plan for demerger. International competition for Titan watch brand. Actually, the Titan watch brand has been doing fabulously in the last many years, including in the most competitive of places like the department stores like Shoppers Stop, like Lifestyle. Even in those where Titan is facing all the international brands, Titan is doing exceedingly well. In fact, we are the leader in the department store channel. And this is through a combination of product innovation, exceptional marketing efforts, transformed retail experiences, and so on. And this keeps us going even in the very challenging online discounting environment, as you were suggesting. Some of the inputs on the shareholders discount, physical copies, we will send you on request, and we have noted some of the speakers' requests in any case. And I'm told that it is already for 1 year. The discount validity is 1 year. And I think Mr. Gupta's appreciation of the joint venture, I would also like to appreciate the joint venture, certainly from the Tata side, and I would like to thank Mr. Krishnan, Jayashree, and Mr. Bansal, who's not here at the moment, and of course all the Tamil Nadu government directors on the board of Titan Company over the last 3 decades for a fabulous support given to the management of Titan Company, and through a wonderful combination of the right kind of critiquing, the right kind of encouragement, and the right kind of support. And I think every JV would be blessed to have this kind of a support, especially from a government, partner. So thank you, Mr. Krishnan, Jayashree, and Bansal. On that, I would just echo Mr. Gupta's thing. Inflation, yes, it is. It's a big thing, but fortunately, there are two things that I would like to call out, in some sense, in the in Titan Company's support. One is the jewelry business, which contributes to 80% of the company's sales and profits, is actually not affected really by the inflation. The price of gold is a pass-through, and it's because it's a store of value on the one hand, it's also a monetary asset on the other. It works beautifully for us. And in the rest of it, because the Titan Company's customers, like I started speaking, are sitting in the top half of the pyramid of the income classes, and the substantial part of the inflation impact is sitting in the staples and related categories, which contribute to a relatively minority share of the expenditure of these households. And to that extent, they are inured from the impact of inflation, and we therefore see inflation in our role as opposed to typically a FMCG kind of company. And you would have read some of those companies speaking about it in recent press. Smartwatch competition, of course, is intense. It's actually potentially a commodity, but it is through the consumer-oriented benefit and solution-oriented approach of Titan Company that we're going to establish a strong customer value proposition in the Titan brand, in the Fast Track brand in the next 2 years, and actually build a franchise which will stay with us, notwithstanding what kind of competition goes around. On the Golden Harvest refund delay, sincere apologies for the long time that we take, and we will reflect on the specific circumstances that led to that kind of a thing happening, identify the root causes and fix them so that it doesn't affect anybody else in the future. And at an overall level though, it would be all the members of the company would be happy to note that when it comes to customer satisfaction at a very high level, Titan Company is a star in that area as well. You'd be aware of a concept called a Net Promoter Score, which is the international method of determining advocacy. How customers actually speak highly of the brands that they own or buy, and then they advocate to others to buy this brand. So NPS is the score which every leading company in the world uses to measure this, and you would be happy to know that the Titan Company average is at an exceptional 75 NPS, with some brands 80 plus, which is fabulous. That's why the 20 million customers, Encircle members of Titan Company, came to the assistance of Titan Company in the last 2 years, even in times when they didn't actually need a watch, they didn't need maybe fancy sunglasses, they didn't need a sari, they didn't need to get up in the morning and spray themselves with perfumes, but they did come out and buy Titan products and help us. So thank you very much, Titan customers. And the secretarial department will look at that point you made about the fact that you signed on right at the appointed time, but you still got the 15th question. And too many subsidiaries. Now we are now becoming an international company with a significant international ambition. And we also need subsidiaries to operate in some of those countries. And in some cases, some are in free zones and some are in the mainland. And therefore, it creates complications of that's why we need multiple subsidiaries. And the step down, CaratLane is a subsidiary of CaratLane becomes a step down subsidiary. So please do not worry. I mean, these are done with a lot of thinking and evaluation and not for any other reasons. Exports should be much more, and in a way, all this is towards that And the director remuneration clarification will be sent to you, Mr. Kotwani, from the secretarial office. Mr. Jamadar, I spoke about the overall outlook in general, and some of it addresses the FY23 outlook as well. And in a way, the inflation is a big aspect of the FY23 outlook. And like I said, a very large part of Titan Company's business is a little distant from the impact of inflation. Also, the other advantages of low market share, 20 million customer base with which we have a direct relationship, all that is going to help us do better than others. Mr. Nandi, thank you very much for the appreciation. You will be sent a hard copy of the annual report. Thank you very much for that input on the booster shot. We will certainly get into that focus. Gift packs for shareholders is another input we are taking. Mr. Patel, all our thoughts and wishes, prayers are for your wife's speedy recovery, and I'm sure she will be, back on her feet and in all her, right away with you. So thank you very much, and over to the chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Venkatraman. I now authorize Mr. Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable members to cast their vote. The results will be announced within 48 hours of the conclusion of the meeting, and the same would be intimated to the stock exchanges and uploaded on the website of the company and NSDL. Once again, I thank the shareholders for attending the meeting and for their continued support and for showing their keen interest in the company by seeking clarifications on various matters. I also thank all my fellow directors for joining the meeting remotely. With your consent, the other board members and I would like to leave the meeting. I request all shareholders to stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
The e-voting has been kept open for 15 minutes as mentioned by the chairman. We now close the e-voting. I would like to say that the requisite quorum was present throughout the meeting. Results of annual general meeting will be announced by the company on or before 28 July 2022. With this, I declare the meeting concluded. Thank you.